It is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and it is the 22nd of September. So the Scraptember prompt for today is a patterned pattern paper base. So I am using my How to Kill a Kit with Style, and this pattern paper kind of started off my whole kit, and it's taken me 3/4 of the month to use it. So I love all these globes. I really want to use this side. And I decided that I was going to use the Floral Rose globe cut file from Cut to You. So I went ahead and cut that out on some white cardstock. And I am going to go ahead and glue that down to this paper. It does get lost a little bit, but it's just enough because it's white that it pops pretty well. Now I want to leave that floral piece kind of not stuck down because I think I want to layer my photos in here. And I remembered that I had this pink paper and I really wanted to kind of use it as a base, but I didn't want it to be the bottom base. I wanted it to be more of a base for my photos. So what I decided to do was lift up my cut file, which wasn't completely stuck down yet, which was nice, and go ahead and put that strip there. Now, I am going to mat my photos. I was hoping to mat both of them in this scrap, but that doesn't happen. I'm going to mat one of them in this, and then I will mat the other one in that gold that you see over to the left-hand side. So these two photos are of our VRBO. It had a beautiful deck and you could see the ocean. So I spent every morning out there with my tea and a book, and it was absolutely lovely. And we also got a nighttime photo. So I liked the contrast of the two, and I liked how they were put together. Now I did want day and then night initially, but the way I was going to layer my photos, it was easier to cover up part of the nighttime photo. So that is what I am going to end up doing. And I am going to tuck them a little bit in to that floral area. And so that way you can still see that there is a flower. Now I had pulled the gold star ribbon thinking I could put them somewhere. They don't end up on here. I was thinking I could put them kind of around the globe, or I was thinking to put it along the bottom, which probably would have been a good idea. But by this point, my cut file is actually glued down. So I'm going to leave that be. But I did go through kind of my leftover bits and pieces that are sitting on my desk, and that's what all of these are. So the paper is from my kit, but everything else is just a scrap. And I had this like leftover piece that said day, and I was like, perfect. So I was actually going to write night and day. And then I just gave that up, I guess, because I have this R&R perspective from Bramble Fox. I go ahead and put that in the middle. And then I have this relax piece. I also found a teacup, which was perfect, and a suitcase, which was also perfect, and then a little piece that says celebrate simplicity. So that kind of takes care of that cluster down there. I did add a perspective star and a butterfly because I'm still trying to use up this bloom sticker sheet. It's going to live on my desk till it is gone. And then on the left hand side, I've got a little mason jar, a leaf, an ampersand, which I was going to use for the night and day, but instead it's living over there, and everything's glued down, so we're going to go with it. Also a little globe, another butterfly, and then a floral perspective, but I actually think that floral is from, why is the name going away from me at the moment? Color Cast Designs. I knew it would come to me any second. I think the floral is actually from there. And then I had a little tab that said weekend trip, so I popped that up at the top. And then I have part of a tag that I heat embossed, and that was actually a stamp from Scrap and Ink Crafts. And that stamp set is Park Tag. So perfect stamp set, because then you always have a tag. But I had embossed it and I hadn't used it, so I went ahead and put it in my leftovers, and look, I got it used. So that's super exciting. I have a couple of sequins that I'm going to put on from Spiegel Mom Scraps so that I can get some sequin trails on my butterflies. And I think this is Rose Gold Glory, if I can read that correctly. And so my butterflies get their sequin trails, and then I just scatter a couple of sequins just in both embellishment clusters as well as in the center of that floral. And I am realizing that my tag hole on top also needed a sequin. So as soon as I am done with this voiceover, I will get that sequin mix out again and go ahead and pop that on. I do take my pictures before I do my voiceover, so then I can talk through my close-ups. So you won't see that in the close-up, but I promise I will get that tag hole covered up. So here are those close-ups I was telling you about. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. The playlist for Scraptember will be linked, as well as the cut file, in the description box. And there is my final layout. So remember to wear your crown, and I will see you next time. Bye.